Get off the sticks. All right, let's go. Time to go. Okay. Guys, come on. Everyone move. Everyone move now. Stay with us. Stay with us. Pick up the gear. Let's go.
Oh my God.
Well, so much for peace in our time. Apparently, Iran called Donald Trump this morning, but to no avail today. Tel Aviv is under fire currently. Right now, as I'm recording this, Iran is bombing Israel. Wave of missiles right into the Iron Dome, straight into, what would be civilian centers. I mean, it's freaking 1973 all over again. But here's that real kicker, folks. Just this morning. This very morning, Iran was on the phone with Donald Trump. You see this from Leading Report. It says, breaking, Iran calls President Trump per NBC. So you know it's true. If NBC is going to tell that, then obviously they're telling the truth on that. They don't want to make it look like any kind of diplomacy is happening if they could get away with it. He gave them a shot. He says that he gave them an opportunity. He gave them a chance to make a deal. Here's what he says from Donald Trump. He says, I gave them a chance to make a deal. I told them in the strongest words to just do it. But no matter how hard they tried, no matter how close they got, they just couldn't get it done. I told them it would be much worse than anything they know, anticipated, or were told, that the United States makes the best and most lethal military equipment anywhere in the world by far, and that Israel has a lot of it, much more to come. And they know how to use it. Now, just yesterday, we were reporting that Donald Trump and the administration was saying that America, according to Marco Rubio, that America was going to stay out of this. But we know that as soon as the saber rattling turns into missiles dropping on Tel Aviv, it's going to be a different story because Americans have so many interests in Israel. Obviously, that's what's going to happen. They are the only democracy in the Middle East and the only allies, truly allies, that we've got in this issue with these potentials for a lot of other proxy wars to pop off. They literally spit on the deal after Israel bombed Tehran, and the report was that 4 of Iran's top military brass eliminated by Israel. This is on top of nuclear scientists. So this wasn't just a throwing bombs into unpopulated areas. No, this was a precision strike. It's reported now that they have been planning this for about 8 months. So they knew this was coming, which would tell you that this actually goes back into the Biden administration as far as the planning is concerned. Of course, we know that the reason for this attack on Iran, the bombing of Iran, is because they had gotten to about 60% purity in their uranium, and they were capable of producing what is estimated about a dozen nuclear bombs, missiles, and with the ability to deliver them. So this was, and literally days away from this. But Trump says, listen, I'm going to give you the opportunity. And this attack on Iran, 8 months in the making, Trump allegedly was recently pretending to oppose the attack to catch Iran off guard, according to Axios. The outlet reported that Israel wanted Iran to put their guard down so Iranians on their target list wouldn't move to new locations. So this was a precision strike. According to Netanyahu's team, the report that Trump called for Israel not to attack in a call on Monday was just a cover, and the call was actually about coordinating the attack. We saw as Trump was going to the Kennedy Center the other day, they asked him about it. He said, well, we're about to see. Dana Bash said she spoke with Donald Trump on the phone. The president told me that U.S. supports Israel, called the strikes on Iran last night a very successful attack. I mean, nobody likes Iran. Does anybody like Iran? Can anybody find any redeeming quality? Not about the people of Iran, but let's talk about the Ayatollahs. Let's talk about the government over there, the Death to America crowd. Those folks don't make a lot of friends and influence people. Unfortunately, they influence the wrong kind of people, and they're called extremists, and we have splinter cells right here in this country, so you need to be prepared, folks. I encourage you to pray. She said, we, of course, support Israel. Go back to that real quick on that clip. If we can go back one more. Obviously, and supported it like nobody has ever supported it, Trump said during our brief phone call. I remind you, in the last administration, Trump did move the capital of Israel to Jerusalem, which was a massive move. Iran should have listened to me when I said, I gave them, I don't know if you know this, but I gave them a 60-day warning. Today is day 61, so this was a very timely response. Let's go over to this clip where these bombs literally in real time are landing on the Iron Dome there in Tel Aviv. Go ahead and play that clip, Dave.
An indication and I can see interceptors coming off from all directions. We don't know exactly how many missiles have been fired by the Iranians, but this is Israel's second largest city, a population of 300,000 people. And right now they are headed, and you're seeing an interception right there, up to the sky, Yaniv. Just stay with us. We just need to be calculated here. We're good here, and we are going to, okay, so right now what we are seeing, Sandra, is Israel's missile defense systems, likely along with American systems, working to intercept incoming ballistic missile fire. This is the attack that the Israeli army warned about. We spoke with officials before we started this live report, and they said they actually had to cut short a statement by Israel's top spokesman because they got some information that this attack was about to be underway. These sirens that you hear off in the distance, again, are used to warn the population to get into shelters. And we're just going to wait and see what information we can gather about this. And we have a statement right now, Sandra, from the IDF, and I'm just going to read it to you in real time. A short while ago, sirens sounded in several areas across Israel following the identification of missiles from Iran toward the state of Israel.
This is a regime, Iran, that is possessed by pride and hatred and by the ancient lust to wipe Israel off the map. They don't want peace. They want dominion. And when Trump gave them a deal, a lifeline out of sanctions, out of economic ruin, out of their downward spiral, they chose the other path. They're going to choose violence. Why do they do that? Because evil doesn't want peace. And Iran is a regime of evil. They are a part of, what was it George W. Bush called them, the axis of evil. And it could be that the last grown man in the room, Donald Trump, giving them a chance. And you could say you love him or hate him, Donald Trump, I believe, is the last grown man in the world full of bureaucratic toddlers and pure evil regimes. He's not here to play nice. He's here to restore order. He's not a warmonger. He's not after World War III. He's trying to give them an opportunity. Hopefully we will see something akin to the art of the deal played out in real time with these geopolitical situations. I mean, this is, you have to ask yourself, do they shoot these missiles into Israel, knowing that the Iron Dome is there, hoping that there won't be retaliation? I have to believe there will definitely be retaliation now on the part of Israel. We need to have no new wars. We certainly don't need our own involvement in their war. I think you would agree with me on that. And what do? As Americans, I think it's time that we pray. There's going to be retaliation that's going to go back and forth for a little while. We'll see what happens, but we pray that it doesn't escalate with the unleashing of not only proxy wars in the Middle East, but also, as you see those missiles hitting the Iron Dome, also you have to realize that there could be, I'm seeing some reports from sources saying that there could be some false flag terrorist attacks in the United States tomorrow with these No Kings protests that are going on, which could lead ultimately to an actual terrorist attack on the part of extremists. So I want everyone to be careful, not telling you to walk in fear, but I am telling you that you want to be sensitive to the places that you're planning to go tomorrow, and that, of course, is Saturday the 14th, when these nationwide events are supposed to take place, because Iran is with every one of these missiles that they're sending over, they're basically writing a national suicide note that's written in Persian. Israel's not just going to sit there. This is not the Biden regime. There's no strategic patience when Benjamin Netanyahu is staring at a skyline filled with smoke and missiles. There's no polite phone calls anymore. Israel will respond with fire and with fury, because they understand something that Washington a lot of times still struggles with, and that is evil only understands strength. Now, I believe Donald Trump understands that to a large degree, albeit he's not a warmonger and he would like to have peace through making a brokered deal. But the Biden administration, be thankful that we don't have the continuation of the Obama, Biden, and what would have been the Harris administration. We don't want to test Netanyahu. You don't want to test Donald Trump. He turned Soleimani into a grease stain on a Baghdad runway. I don't think you don't want to poke that bear while he's in the White House wearing the commander-in-chief hat. So you better be ready for the storm, and the storm is coming. But I'm encouraging the rest of you guys to be aware of what's happening as well. And Thank God that we have the leadership in place that we do. Not a teleprompter puppet, but we have a sharp, blunt force president who believes in God, believes in guns, believes in guts, believes in not blinking when the tyrants act tough. So, yes, Israel is our ally. Love them, hate them, trust them or not, they are our ally, and we're not going to allow them to walk away untouched. That's not going to happen on Trump's watch. So I want every one of you out there that may be left-leaning, a liberal peacenik out there crying on X about, de-escalation. I want you to pay close attention. This is what real consequences look like. You want peace, so does Trump. He picked up the phone, he extended the hand, Iran slapped it away, they launched the missile. Now the hammer is going to come. It's not about politics anymore. This is about good and evil. This is about survival and annihilation. Israel's under siege, and America's got two choices. You either stand with truth and justice, or you hide behind some UN resolution and hope Iran plays nice next time. And they won't. They never have. And ultimately, lions don't negotiate with the jackals. So as the world watches, we gave them a chance. They want war instead, and now they're probably going to get it. I pray to God we do not insert ourselves in there specifically, because we certainly don't need that. It's not our war. Trump doesn't want that. You don't want that. I don't want that. We don't want that. And I don't believe Israel wants it. Israel doesn't love it anymore. But and the accusation that they do is asinine. But some enemies only understand defeat. And this time defeat's coming with a stars and stripes signature on that, I believe. So if you're still wondering why we needed Trump back in office, take one look at the smoke over Tel Aviv today. That's why. Because lions don't negotiate with jackals. They end the threat. And so, folks, we could be on the precipice of massive destruction, apocalyptic destruction. We pray that peace will reign. We pray, and I hope that you'll pray with me.